So thank you very much indeed, Lorna. Welcome to the University of Manchester and to the Great Hall. It's a great pleasure to be hosting you here. Just some of you may not know the history of this, because this, of course, was the UMIS site, University of Manchester Institute of Science and Technology, which 15 years ago merged with the Victoria University. And when we finished our large engineering building, we'll be moving everything from this site onto the main campus. But lest you should worry, we're not selling it, and nothing can happen to this building because it is listed, so it will be preserved for whatever we choose or our partners choose to develop it. It's a great privilege to be hosting the SHINE event here this evening, not least because many of the objectives of SHINE are very, very much shared with objectives of the university. Over a third of our students are from the most disadvantaged backgrounds, many from Greater Manchester, but also from more widely across the north. And of course, like many universities in the north, we do a huge amount with local schools, and we see great opportunities to work with SHINE. We have something called our School Governors Programme, of which we now have over 1,000 staff and alumni who are members of the governors of schools, and particularly local schools. We have a lot of student volunteers. We have a Manchester Access programme to support children from schools, from families that would not normally expect to go to university. And of course, we have a lot of events, some of them in this very building. Events like the Great Science Share, inviting kids to Jodrell Bank to learn about science, or into our museum, and many other things. And of course, many of our staff also volunteer. We're already in discussion with SHINE about projects that we might develop together. And why is this so important? We know from all of the studies across the UK, and particularly across the north, that that gap in productivity, gap in prosperity, gap in health, is largely, very largely, down to a difference in skills and in opportunities. And one of the things we know is that children from the most disadvantaged schools and homes actually do very well if they can get into a university or a college or get further training. It's not that they're incapable of doing so. It's that they haven't had the support that they need to do that. And actually, if we're really going to close that gap between the north and the south, it's going to be very much about skills and about supporting teachers in schools where they haven't had that support to date. So obviously, we're very keen to work with SHINE, but I'm not speaking just on behalf of Manchester or the University of Manchester or even Greater Manchester. I was delighted to hear that SHINE's going to refocus its efforts towards the north of England, and particularly delighted that they've chosen to move all of their staff to the north, in fact to Leeds. Not very far away, and we do a great deal with Leeds. I think that's a really important thing, and if you can bring some of the successes you've brought to London to the north, particularly if you can then partner with many of the organisations that are here, not just my university, but many others across the north who are only too keen to work with you, to support local schools, to support local children, to gain the achievements they really deserve. There is no reason why they should not be getting the same sort of opportunities as those in well-to-do schools, with parents who can support them and give them advice. So this evening is about saying welcome to SHINE from the north of England. I'm delighted to act as a patron, to introduce some of you who may not know SHINE to a little bit about what it does, and to say we're also very keen for you to help us, SHINE, in delivering the objectives of getting much better future for our children. What could be more important than that for the north of England and indeed for the United Kingdom as a whole? So welcome again, and please do enjoy the evening. Thank you.